Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm back with another Dungeon Quest video, and in this video I'm going to show you how to beat Ghastly Harbor Insane using only gear from Canals. And in this video I'm going to try to combine, I'm going to try to make it for mages and warriors because the strategy is basically exactly the same. So here's what I'm using as a warrior. For warrior, I have a purple Overlord warrior hat, and it's got about 22k physical power. I also have the matching Overlord warrior armor, and it's about 20.5k physical power. For the weapon, I've got the legendary Overlord Rage Blade. And here's the spells I'm using. When I'm fighting regular mobs, not the bosses, I'm going to use 2 of these blade storms, and you can get these from Canal Nightmare. When I'm fighting the first and second boss, I'm actually going to switch to 2 electric slashes, and you can get this from Canal's Insane. And here's the spells I'm going to be using as a mage. When I'm fighting regular enemies, I'm going to use 2 of the vortexes, and you can get them from Canal's Nightmare. And when I start fighting the first and second boss, I'm going to use 2 tsunamis, and you can get these from Canal's Insane. Here's what my skill points look like as a warrior. Basically, I put 9 skill points into stamina, and I did that so that I would have at least 270k HP up here. That's about how much you need to be able to survive one hit from any of the bosses. And since I'm going to be a warrior in this video, I'm going to show you it as a warrior. I put the rest of the skill points into physical power. But like I said, the strategy, the way the skills work, it's exactly the same between warrior and mage. So basically whatever I do here as a warrior, just do the same thing as mage and just switch the skills, that's all. Switch the 2 spells. Here's how much damage I do with the Blade Storm. I do about 160 million per tick. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, make sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Okay, what I like to do is use the Blade Storm and kind of pull the enemies back. It's kind of tight, so you don't have a lot of room, so just be careful. Okay, now I run up and start going backwards because they'll try to hit you with that big circle. If they hit you with that circle, it's going to take a lot of damage. Actually, yeah, be careful. There's not enough room, so I'm just going to go back. Yeah, these guys will, as soon as they hit you, they'll make a big red circle and then they'll fall down on that circle. I think I have enough HP to be able to get hit one time by them doing that, but you know, you want to try to avoid it. Okay, now we've got a little bit more room, so I think I'm just going to go with the old strategy of trying to circle them. And since we're using a speed spell, it's fairly easy to get out of the way of the big red circles. Okay, make sure you do not hit that yellow circle. You'll take damage from that basically for as long as you're inside the circle. And even after you kill all of the enemies, that circle will still damage you, so just be careful. You've got to avoid it until it completely goes away, or just go around it. Okay, now there's a really long walk to get to the next part of the map, so definitely having a speed spell here helps. Okay, for this part here, I actually like to pull the enemies out just so that I don't have to worry about them too much, and then I'll come back in. Just because I want to make sure I don't get hit easily, but just be careful. Okay, now we're about to come up to the first mini-boss, so I'm actually going to switch the spells I'm using here. I'm now using 2 electric slashes, and that will allow me to be able to hit them first mini boss from a distance. I won't have to be like right up next to him. And you can fire 2 of these at once. Basically just kind of move side to side trying to dodge these tentacles, and this part here is a little bit hard, so be careful. And it will flash multiple times and kind of move around a little bit. Yeah, I kind of like to get over here in this corner. It seems a little bit easier from here. But basically you need to constantly move. If you don't, you're going to get hit by those. And I just kind of move side to side. And then with this, okay, we got it. Okay, now I just switch back to 2 blade storms. And we'll use the same strategy here. Kind of draw them out, get some of them out of here. For me, it makes it a little bit easier. And then I'll come back in. Just be careful, don't get hit by those lasers. And when the warriors are chasing you, try not to turn too much when the unless the blade storm is currently giving you a speed boost. Okay, we're almost to the second mini boss after this little group of enemies. Since there's a decent amount of room here, I'll pretty much just go around them in a circle. Alright, now I switch back to 2 electric slashes, and this is actually one of the hardest mini bosses in the game to solo. So I can easily get hit here. It's a little bit random, but as soon as you get in between 2 lines, start moving over, because one of those circles is good up here. So just start moving left or right, whichever way you need to. Try to go to the middle and then move over. You pretty much want to always get between 2 lines and then start moving either forward or backward. That will allow you to dodge that big circle. Okay, now he disappeared. So now what we actually need to do is we need to go back to the front, and we have to get a cannonball and bring it to that blue circle right there. And it's very easy to get hit as you're trying to go back when you don't have a healer, so just do the best you can. This is when it helps to have enough HP to be able to survive a couple of hits. Yeah, it's tough. Like I said, he's one of the hardest bosses. I'm pretty good at dodging, but he's... yeah, went the wrong way. Okay, if that ever happens, if you die, which you most likely will the first time, don't try to go straight back to him. Wait until he starts doing these orange circles, because you're probably not going to make it back to him in time, and you're going to have to come back anyways to get a cannonball. Sometimes I can beat him without getting hit, but this time I wasn't lucky. Like I said, a lot of the stuff is random that he's throwing down, so it is decently hard to be able to consistently dodge it. But yeah, we had almost beaten him. Okay, I went ahead and switched back to the 2 blade storms and also healed up. I don't expect to get hit anymore until the final boss, so I didn't want to have to worry about getting one shot. Yeah, the regular enemies are fairly easy when you're using the blade storm, since you've got a speed advantage, and if you have enough room to run around with. Okay, I'm going to use the same strategy I used earlier, kind of pull these guys back just to give myself a little bit of room, and then I'll come back in. And then go back to the circling. Same thing here. I'm just going to circle them. I've got plenty of room. And if you get caught in one of those circles, like if when you're walking a circle comes right on you, try to kind of turn and then get your way out. Like, don't try to keep running straight. Seems like you can get out of the circle more easily. If you're like this and a circle comes down, turn and then go that way. I don't know. It seems like usually I can get out of the circle a little bit easier doing it that way, but whatever works for you. Okay, we're almost at the boss. This is the last pack of enemies. So I normally just circle them too. Yeah, see, like they just threw that yellow circle on top of me, but I was able to turn my way out of it. Like just kind of turn. Okay. Now we're at the boss. I think I'm just going to keep using 2 of these blade storms. This boss to me is much easier than the second boss, to solo at least. So what I'll normally do is I'll go in, go forward until I see that orange square. That orange square shows you where the fire is about to go. If you're anywhere inside that orange square, you're going to get hit. So then pretty much what I do is I'll just keep using the blade storms and circling him. Okay, that fire is just about to come down where that orange square was, so just make sure you're out of the way. If you're circling him, usually you can get out of the way, no problem. And we're using a speed spell. And I got hit. And that's why you want to have a little bit extra health so you can take a hit. See, I was able to take 1 hit. But basically just keep trying to go around him in a circle. Usually I don't get hit at that boss, but you know, it's easy to make a mistake. I think that's pretty much it, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Alright, see you guys next time.